How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the beginner's guide to Town of Salem 2. Now, although this game can be overwhelming when first starting out, have no fear, this guide will teach you everything you need to know to prevent you from falling on your face. So without further ado, let's jump right in. So when you first enter a game, you can select a name for yourself. If you don't select a name, you will be given a default one. After name selection, you will be given a random roll. In this case, we rolled Werewolf, and you can see here on the left that there are scrolls. You can buy these in order to increase the chances of you getting a roll that you desire. So after you've been given a roll, you will be thrown into day 1. Every game starts off on day 1. You can keep track of which day it is by looking at the indicator at the top here. The roll card is on the right side of your screen, and it will tell you everything you need to know about your abilities, your level of attack, your level of defense, and your goal in the game. To target someone with our ability, we have to click one of the buttons here on the right side of the screen. This here is a will. You should update this will every single night, regardless of your role. If you're town, write the name of your role in there, write down who you visited, and write down anything that happened to you. Make sure you close the will before the night ends, otherwise the will not save if you get killed. If you're evil, write down your fake claim in here. Now, in this case, I'll be fake claiming Cleric, just a simple basic fake claim, and I'm going to be telling people that I visited Five's place on night 1. At the beginning of day 2, you will see who got killed and what happened to him. In this case, we can't see any last wills from number 13. Reason being is because 13 got stoned by a Medusa, making it so town cannot see their will. This is the notepad. Make sure at the beginning of every game, you write down the numbers 1 to 15 in here. Keep track of every single person's claim, because the more information you keep track of, the better your decision making will be. Now, one thing to take note of is all the town investigatives post their will at the beginning of the day. They're posting their information at the beginning. If you've rolled something like Sheriff or Lookout or Investigator or Tracker, post your information at the beginning so people can see. If you don't post your info and you get voted up later, people will think you're suspicious for not telling everyone what your information was. Keep in mind that even if you think your information isn't useful, it still probably is. If you didn't find someone suspicious, it's worth posting your info to show who's not suspicious. So the day will begin with a discussion phase, and you can see that it's about to end here. There's only 1 second left. Once discussion ends, the voting phase begins. So you can see the button show up here on the right. When this happens, you'll have the opportunity to vote someone up. You can see the number of votes next to the person's name. So in this case, I think we decide to vote up 14. This is a death note. If you're a killing roll, you get one of these. If you kill someone, it will show up. You can write whatever you want in there. You can give town information. You can lie in there. Most people just make jokes. Now, if you click this button here, you can expand the chat. If you expand it, you can scroll up to see what people said earlier in the game. Now, also, something to be said about the larger chat is that you can filter by name. So if you press this button here, only show filtered, and you click someone's name, it will tell you everything they did. Number 14 gets hanged. 3 people voted guilty. 0 people voted innocent. Turned out he was a jester. But that's what happens. After the discussion phase, town has a chance to hang someone. In this case, this guy got hanged. He's been eliminated. After someone's been hanged, the day will end. So we leave day 2 and we start moving on to night 2. After night 2, we are thrown into day 3. You can see who's dead, and the game cycles again, telling you who killed who, what their will says, what their death note says, and so on. Now, this process will repeat until the game ends. So one thing I want to touch on, which is really important, is that unlike Town of Salem 1, in this game, people don't generally claim their role. In most cases, if someone gets questioned, they will claim their alignment. So if someone asks you what you are, you'll probably just claim town protect or town killing. Now, if people want further information, then yeah, you should give a roll, which is why in this case, I have a cleric claim ready to go if I'm questioned. Now, when town doesn't have any information and they have no leads to go off of, usually someone will call to do a VFA. Get used to this acronym. VFA means voting for alignment. When someone calls for this, they will vote up the person at the top of the list and force the person to at least give an alignment. If the person gives one, they'll start voting the next person and the next person and the next person. Now, you should give an alignment before you've been voted up. So once you see the first vote against your name or the first couple votes, just give your alignment. Just claim like town protect or town killing immediately. Whatever you're planning to claim. If you're town, don't lie. Just tell the truth. Give your real alignment 99% of the time. The vote for alignment process is a very important thing. Make sure you understand it. If people start voting you, give your alignment and understand what they're doing. Don't be someone who gets voted up and gets hanged in a silly way. This here is the graveyard, tells you everyone who's dead. This here is the roll list, tells you what the roll list is. In this case, we're playing all any mode, so no roll is guaranteed and any roll can show up. This list here tells you whoever's left in the game. That's pretty much all you need to know. So number 1, make sure you're updating your will. Number 2, make sure you're keeping track of people's claims in your notepad. Number 3, if you're a town investigative, make sure you post your information at the beginning of every single day, no matter what. Pay attention to vote for alignment. Make sure you have an alignment to give. All the information about your role or your goal is on the roll card. That's basically all you need to know. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more. I'll see you all in the next one.